Right now, I'm in a small indigenous community in the rural desert of the Sonora, and I'm staying here in a village with people known as the Suri. And about 2 months ago, I took part in a ceremony in the Yucatan where I smoked the venom of a toad, or what is known as 5-MeO-DMT, or the Bufo toad. And smoking this venom produces an effect that seems comparable to a near-death experience without being on the verge of dying. It was actually one of the most beautiful moments I've ever had in my life. You feel completely at one with everything. I hit the pipe, and instantly you feel like you're melting away in some overly intense way. And there's no stopping yourself from leaving your body. Like within 30 seconds, I was blasted off into the infinite white light. And in this white light, you're shown truth. I remember I had this such a profound intuition of understanding my purpose in the world. I mean, I was crying, bawling my eyes out in reverence and in awe and in beauty of just the fact that I existed. But I couldn't grab a hold of what I was thankful for, or what it was that I had this realization about. It was just an understanding of the self. And it was transcendent. There was no pain, there was no suffering, all these things. I just dropped it all. I dropped all that stuff. It wasn't me. And it was coming in contact with a part of myself that seemed true and seemed eternal. It didn't seem like it was changing. You know, there's a great saint in India who said reality must remain real. It doesn't come with names and forms. That which underlies the names and forms and all these changing things is the real reality. And I feel like the 5-MeO-DMT, or the sapo, the toad, brings you to this space. And it's not the only way, but it sure works for everyone. It's like being in the embrace of Christ, or in the compassion of the Buddha, or being inside the heart of Hanuman. It's unexplainable. But the Suri people here recently found out about this toad, and they've incorporated it into their shamanic traditions, maybe about a decade ago. So I've come here to learn about that, and to learn about conservation, and to learn about how we can protect the toad and protect this experience. Because since my ceremony, I've learned of the rapid decline of the toad, and I've heard about how the cartels are now mixed into it, and it's just a really dodgy business now. And I've learned that people in laboratories are now making this compound synthetically to try to reproduce the effects of the toad, and successfully. So far it seems that they are able to do this. But the Seri people believe that there's a spirit to the toad that is a huge factor in the healing. The venom is not only used for soul journeying spiritual experiences, it has practical uses, and it has very high success rates in helping people overcome meth addiction, alcohol addiction, severe cases of depression. So here in the village they use it for that also. The Seri people here call it otak, which is the name of the toad, or they call it ahanukiwe, which means the animal that goes into the water. You know, it's really scary because it's not even been that long, and the effects of the toad are already visibly noticeable, measurable, the decline. I'm interested in alternative ways of producing these effects for everybody, so that the toad doesn't become harmed, so that we aren't feeling people that don't care. You know, we're not feeling blood, we're not feeling suffering in order to gain this enlightening experience. So, I've been here for a week, and I'm excited to see what else we can learn and what else we can discover so that we can bridge these worlds. Let's go see what the village has to offer us. I'll show you guys around the village a little bit. So So I think there's about 4 streets that lead to everyone's homes. There's probably about 1,000 people in the community. The way everyone makes money here is basically through their shamanic ceremonies, or through hunting, or through their art crafts. And the women will walk around the streets and offer things like this little bag here, which is full of sage. When word gets around that there's a couple tourists here, the ladies will gather to where they're staying and come over there and with all sorts of things, seashell necklaces, lots of sage. You've seen one of these before?
Like this is like a shit, like this is spaceship.
¿Es igual? ¿Los mismos?
Esto es como nave.
Es como nave. Yo voy a manejar nave. Me manejar.
Y like this, like armor, no?
Sí.
Armor.
Sí.
Qué trapo.
You were seeing lights last night?
Wow, it was crazy. I woke up at like 2 a.m. It was full raining. And I was sleeping and I saw like a red light from the window. But I just saw I didn't saw where it came from. It just was like boom, you know? And thought, okay, what's going on outside? So I looked from the window and then again, just there, really far, like something blew up, you know, like a red, something blew up, yeah, and then a blue one.
Yeah.
I couldn't like sleep for like 1-2 hours, thinking about aliens and stuff.
Well, there's no red or blue light,
No, it was big.
so it was a spaceship.
En ese tiempo andan más, las naves.
Ahora hay más.
No, antes primero, ahora
He says that in the old days there were even more spaceships around, as now it's less. But before, apparently, when they were more disconnected or they were more remote.
Check this out, just outside the village. If you look just on top of this mountain right here, it looks like there's a little toad staring off into the direction of the sunset. See it up there?